Hello guys. In this video, we'll be learning another interesting topic inside functions called functions are first class citizens. See here what I have written, I will tell you. But before that, let me show you one link. So here you can see I have added one link. This is a Wikipedia link and this is about actually first class citizens. Now if I open this particular link, so it will redirect to this particular page. Now here you can see in a given programming language design, a first-class citizen is an entity which supports all the operations generally available to other entities. These operations typically include being passed an argument to a function, written from a function, and assigned to a variable. That means in programming, that means in Python, whatever, let's say, data type you have learned, let's say integer, float, string, okay, then Boolean, everything is a first-class citizen because these are the data type can perform all the operations. Like you can give as a argument in a function, you can return these are the data type from a function, you can perform different operations. Okay, so these are the things actually can perform. That is why we call it as a first class citizen. Okay, but in Python, functions also can be considered as a first class citizen because with the help of function you can perform all the operations. Like you can check a type of a function, you can check the ID of a function, you can pass the function as an input to another function. That means you can pass as an argument, you can return that particular function. Okay, so all kinds of operation can be performed with the help of function as well inside Python, which is not available in other programming languages. Okay, so this particular concept is very interesting. Even I also enjoyed this particular concept a lot when I learned this particular concept. So let me show you some of the example. I think then this particular concept will be more clear. So see, as of now we saw like different data type. Let's say if I write a is equal to 2, so this is my integer type data type. Now what I can do, I can check the type of this particular data. I'll just use this particular type function. Inside that, if I pass a, so it will tell me it's an integer type data. Okay, you can also check the ID, like in memory location, in which ID actually it is occupying. You can also check that particular memory location. Okay, everything is possible. See, whatever things we learned with respect to other data type, okay, let's say integer, float, boolean, string, and so on, right? All the operations can be performed on top of the function as well. Let me show you. So let's say here I will define a function. Let's say I'll define a function. I'll just name it as a square. Okay, so it will take one number and it will perform the square operation. So I'll just return number square of 2. Okay, now if I execute, it's working fine. Now let's say I want to check the type of this particular function. I can use the same concept. I'll use the type function. Inside that, I'll only pass this particular function name. Okay, you can see the function name is square. Now if I execute the program, you'll see that it will tell me the type of the function is a function. Okay, it's a function type data. Okay, it's a function type data. Even you can also check the ID. Okay, you can also check the ID. So let me print, I think that would be better. Now inside ID, I will pass my function name. It will also print the specific ID actually it is occupying in the memory. That means what are the operation used to perform in other type data, you can perform the same actually operations on top of the function as well. That's why function is calling first class citizens. Okay, first class citizens inside Python. Okay, like other data type. So this concept is not available in other programming language, but in Python it is possible. Fine. So here function can be used as a first class citizens. Fine. Now let me show you some more example. Let's say I can reassign any kinds of value. Let's say if I just write a is equal to 3. So what I will do, I'll just write b is equal to a. Fine. Now if I print this particular b, you will see that 3 would be printed because here I have reassigned this particular variable in this particular variable. Okay. So this concept also can be used in a function as well. Let me show you. So what I will do, I'll just take a variable called x and now I'm going to call this particular function. Okay, square. This function I will call here. Now let's say if I give any kinds of input here, so it will return me that particular square of that particular number. Let's say if I give 4. Now if I print this particular x, so it will return me 16. Now instead of that, what I can do, I'll just simply write x is equal to square. Okay, x is equal to square. Now if I execute, see, it will work fine. Okay, it will work fine. Now if I show you this particular ID of x, now see the same ID. Okay, the same ID it is locating. That means this particular function I can reassign in any other variable. Okay, it is possible. Now I can, if I want to, let's say, perform the operation, the square operation, I can do like that. I'll just write x and inside x actually I'm going to pass one number, let's say 4. And if I execute, it will give me 16. That means now x has become your function. Okay, function object. And now what are the operation used to perform with this square? Same operation you can perform with the help of x as well. I hope this is clear, right? Now you can also delete a function object. Let's say if I just use this particular del keyword. Now if I just mention the square, okay, square. Now if I print the square, see, it will tell me square is not defined because square is already deleted here. Okay, square object is already deleted. I hope you got it, right? So the same operation actually we used to also perform with other type data as well. I think you remember we perform in list type, tuple type, okay, then dictionary sets, okay, everything we have learned. You can also store the function in any other data type as well. Let me show you. So first of all, I will execute this particular function because I deleted the object, right? So let me re-execute. Now if I come here, now see, let's say there is a list I'm having. Let's say inside list I'm having some value. Fine. Now I'm also storing this particular square function. Okay, this particular square function object inside this particular list. Now if I execute, see, it's working fine. Now if I print the L, let me show you. If I print the L, it is also printing this particular items. You can see the last item is, it is nothing but it's a function object. Okay, function object I have stored. Now let's say I want to access this particular object. What I can do, I can use the negative indexing -1 and it will return me the function object only. Now let's say I want to perform the square root operation. What I will do, I'll just give the input. Let's say I'll give the input, let's say 4, it will return me 16. Okay, so that's how also you can use this particular function. Okay, you can also store it here. Now you can ask me, function is a mutable or immutable object. See, to check these particular things, you can use one easy approach. So just try to define sets. I think you know set only takes the immutable objects, okay, not the mutable objects. Now if I give this particular square function object here, now if I execute, first of all let me print. If I execute, see, it's working. It's working means, that means it's a immutable object. Okay, it's not a mutable object. So always try to remember function is a immutable objects, not a mutable objects. Okay, it's a immutable data type. You can also return a function, okay, from another function. Let me show you another example. Let's say I'll just write a function. Let's say function name is f. So inside that I'm going to create another function. Let's say g. Now this particular g function will take two input, a comma b. So 2 parameter it will take. Now I'll just simply return a plus b operation. Okay, now here I'm going to return this particular function. Let's say g. Fine. So here you can see I'm returning this particular function object. Okay, g returning, that means I'm returning the function object here. Now simply what I will do, I'll just write I'll just take a variable and now I'm going to call this particular function f. Okay, see, now if I execute the program, what will happen, in the variable this particular function object will come. Let me show you. If I print the variable right now, see, it is returning this particular function g. Now what I can do, simply I can just write like that. Let's say val. Okay, val. Now I can give the input, let's say 2, 4. Now if I execute, it will give me 7. Okay, because it is doing this particular operation and I'm returning this particular function object here. Instead of writing like that, you can also write in just one line. See, here I'm getting the object. Now I'll just give the input here. So let's say 2, 3 I'll give, it will give me okay, so I also need to print this particular val. Okay, now I'll give the, now here I will get the 5. So that's how you can also return a function, okay, from another function. It is also possible. This is called returning a function. You can also take the function as an argument. Let me show you another example. So I already written the code. Let me show you. So here I have defined two functions, function a. Inside that I've just written inside of function a. Then I've taken another function called function b. Okay, this particular function will take one parameter called z. Now inside that I've just written inside function c. Now it is returning this particular z, you can see. Okay, it is returning this particular z. Now see what is happening. I'm calling this particular function here, you can see. And inside this function, I'm giving another function object. I'm passing another function object as an argument. Okay, as an argument I'm passing. That means what is happening? I'm executing this particular b function. First of all, it will print. Let me execute, see what will happen. First of all, it will print inside function c. Okay, inside function c. Then it is returning. Okay, it is returning function z. And inside function z, what you are passing? Function a. That means function a will getting called. Okay, that means it will print inside function a. Inside function a. Okay, and it is not returning anything. Okay, it is not returning anything. That's why it will return none. I hope this is clear. Okay, so that's how actually you can also use function as an argument. It is also possible. Okay, so that's why we call this particular function as a first class citizen inside Python, so that you can use this particular function like other type data. Okay, it is possible here. So this is another super important concept. I just wanted to let you know. I hope you enjoyed. So thank you so much for watching this particular video, and I will see you next time.